Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad Fahim bin Amin. Today I'm gonna show you the procedure on how you can identify whether a number is divisible by 5 or not. So for that reason, let me provide you with some example first. Let's say we want to think about some numbers which actually are not divisible by 5, like 33, 21. Now if I simply divide 33 with respect to 5, let's see what it 5 into 6 is 30, and I'm getting 3 as the remainder. Now if you haven't watched the video where I explained how to identify whether a number is divisible by 3 or not, I would request you to check that video out first. If you haven't done that already, please look in the I button that is appearing in the upper right side of this video, and please also make sure to check the description box as well. All right, and now, yeah, what I was going to tell you is that whenever we check this out by dividing that number with respect to that number, I mean by dividing other numbers with respect to that number which is a divisible or not, we have to check the remainder only. All right, here's the remainder is not 0. So this number 33 is not divisible by 5. All right, now check out this number 21. If I divide 21 with respect to 5, 5 into 4 is equal to 20. So I am getting 1 as the remainder. In this case, the remainder is still not 0. So we can say that the number 21 is actually not divisible by 5. Cool, right? Now let's check out for some numbers which actually are divisible by 5, like 200, 505. All right, now if I divide 200 with respect to 5, let's see what I get. 5 into 4 is equal to 20. We get 0, and 5 into 0 is 0. So the remainder becomes 0 as well, right? As the remainder becomes 0, we can say that the number 200 is actually divisible by 5. And what about this number 505? Let's see. If I divide 505 with respect to 5, 5 into 1, 5, 0, 5 into 0, 0, 5, 5 into 1, 5, and the outcome, I mean the remainder becomes 0 again. So here, as we are getting 0 as the remainder, we can safely say that this number 505 is divisible by 5. All right, so our concept might be like this. Whenever we get any number from the user, we will first of all divide that number with respect to 5. If the remainder becomes 0, then the number is divisible by 5. But if that doesn't happen, then we would say that that number is not divisible by 5. As simple as that. So let me implement that into code. For that reason, I'm simply using a C program. You can use any other programming language as you want. All right, so let me declare a variable, let's say integer num, the short form of number, and I'm gonna take the value of this num variable from the user. All right, and then I would check whether that number is divisible by 5 or not. So I am checking after dividing that number with respect to 5 whether the remainder becomes 0 or not. If that becomes 0, then I would say that the number is divisible by 5. And else I can say that the number is actually not divisible by 5. That's it. Now let me run this code first, and let's say I'm providing 505. 505 is divisible by 5. Cool. And if I check for number 96, 96 is not divisible by 5. All right, so That's the thing. All right. Now, if you can understand this concept, then yeah, you can implement this same concept in any other programming language you want. Now, before quitting this video, I'm going to show you another process on how you can identify whether a number is divisible by 5 or not. Now, first of all, if we look close enough, we can see that whenever a number becomes divisible by 5, the last digit of that number is always 0 or 5, right? You can use any kind of number, I mean any number you want, and you definitely say if a number becomes divisible by 5, the number must have a digit 5 or 0 at the end of that number. All right, so we can actually check whether a number has 5 or 0 at the end digit of that number, and if that doesn't happen, and if that happens, we would say that the number is divisible by 5. Now the next question arises is, how can we understand, or how can we count whether a number has a digit 0 or 5 at the end of that number? It's pretty simple actually. Let me show you how. First of all, whenever we get a number like this, we would divide that number with respect to 10 once, only for the one time. Let's see here, 5 into 10 is 50, and the remainder becomes 5. So in that way, if we divide any number with respect to 10 for the first time, we will get the last digit as the first remainder. I mean, we would get the remainder, and the first remainder would be the last digit, or you can say the first digit if we consider from the right hand side of the number. So we would then check whether this remainder is actually 5 or 0. If that happens, then the number is divisible by 5, and if that doesn't happen, then the number is not divisible by 5. As simple as that. So I'm gonna simply use another source file, main2.c, and I'm simply gonna copy this boilerplate to here, and I'm gonna edit this here. All right, so after scanning the number, I would check after dividing that number with respect to 10 whether the number becomes 5 or whether the number becomes 0. If that happens, then the number is divisible by 5, and if that doesn't happen, then the number is not divisible by 5. Now if I simply run this code, all right, then if I simply run this code and let me see what about 505. 505 is divisible by 5. It works correctly. And if I simply check for 98, 98 is not divisible by 5. Cool. Now if you can understand both the concept, then you can apply any concept you want in any programming language, but make sure that you clearly understand what I wanna say here. All right, now if you are new to this channel, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you like this video, then also please consider giving it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you want, you can follow me in GitHub, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I will provide all of the link in this video's description box. And yeah, thank you everyone. I will see you in the next video. Ta-ta.